Hey guys, it's Melissa from Adventures of Frugal Mom, and today I'm here with one of my really good friends, Valerie. She is the executive director of the Partnership for Children of Wayne County, and I want to let her tell you a little bit about herself before we start talking. So, Valerie?
Hey, Melissa. Thanks for having me on. My name is Valerie, and I am the executive director here at the Partnership for Children. We are a nonprofit organization that works with children and families in the age range of 0 to 5. So all our programming is free. We do North Carolina pre-K. We have Parents as Teachers, which is an in-home visitation program. We work with all the child care facilities in our county, and just a lot of other things that we do for children and families. So that's just a real quick brief overview of some of what we do.
Okay, exactly what would the partnership need right now? Because that's what I'm really trying to get across is what you guys need.
Okay, well, as I said, we work with the child care facilities, and when all of this, the pandemic struck and everything, the biggest thing that we've seen is, of course, it has affected so many people, but child care facilities in particular were hit extremely hard. Of course, child care, it's not a money-making business by any means. I mean, these providers that are working usually work for less than $10 an hour. A lot of times child care providers do not have health insurance. They're just basically providing high quality care so families can go to work. But when all of this happened, they were not allowed to provide care for just anybody. They had to be providing care for only families that are considered essential employees. So if a parent was a stay-at-home mom and had a child in childcare, she no longer could keep that child in childcare. So the childcare facilities lost a lot of private paying folks. So I guess their enrollment basically went down. A lot of them, what we're hearing is serving only about 25% of the families that they had previously served. Of course, everybody was struggling to purchase food and toilet paper and paper products and things like that. Well, the state came down with a lot of requirements and restrictions to child care facilities in order to remain open. They were having the same struggles trying to get the items. They weren't able to find things in bulk anymore. And so they're having to do more extensive cleaning at their centers and things like that. So what we've been trying to do is secure a lot of cleaning supplies for them, and make sure they have the necessary things in order for those children to be in a safe and clean environment. We've done cleaning supply drives, anything that people are willing to donate. We've had people donate money to us, where in turn we go out and purchase things for them. Anything that we can do to help them make it a little bit easier is what the partnership's been doing. But it's been a real struggle for child care providers. Currently, right now, we have 80 regulated facilities in Wayne County, and right now we're operating at only 50 of those being open. So we're about 60% of providers being able to remain open. Of course, if they keep having to remain closed, my thoughts are they may not be able to reopen. So when businesses start to reopen, what's going to happen if they don't have childcare?
So, what is the protocol though, as far as allowing a child into the child care facility or allowing parents as well?
Okay, right now, like I said, only children that are considered children of essential employees, and that's a broad list. But usually it's the military, healthcare workers, people that are grocery store, truck drivers, things like that. Those are considered essential workers. And those children can go, but they have to fill out a new application that the state has mandated. Child care facilities now have to take temperatures. They have to sanitize toys throughout the day. There's other things that they have to do. Some of them are choosing to wear face masks. We at the partnership have tried to secure face masks. Tomorrow we will be out delivering those. So every child care facility and provider in Wayne County will get a child care mask, a face mask. that graciously has been donated through, organizations making these for them, cooperative extension. We've had churches, we've had just individuals that have been gracious enough to do this. And so we'll be able to put a face mask in everybody's hand, and everything. So there's a lot of things, a lot of paperwork has changed for these folks. It's been a whirlwind for them. But that group, that business they've been troopers through this whole thing, the ones that have stayed open. And we're even working with facilities that are going to reopen, because we know a lot of them will not stay closed forever. We had 2 reopen this week. We have another one opening next week. So we want to make sure that they get what they need in order to provide care for children and families too.
And now, what are the age? Are kids that are like elementary school age, are they able to go to the child care facilities if their parents
Most child care facilities do children anywhere from infants up to the age of 12, typically is what you see in child care. However, Wayne County, we don't have a lot of infant toddler slots. So I don't know what families are doing when they have a baby or a 1-year-old. I don't know where those children are going to care. Hopefully there is a nanny or a grandma or somebody that's able to provide some care for them. But, that's just one thing that we've been lacking in our county, and that we're trying to let legislators know. To provide care for infants and toddlers is really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And so providers usually are not able to do that. And so, trying to make payroll right about now when their funding's not coming in, those funds from the state that we keep hearing about that they're going to get, those have not come down yet. And so it's been a tough couple of weeks for child care providers in Wayne County. And that's not just Wayne County, that's across the state.
Now, I noticed a lot of when they say essential workers, they seem to forget about the daycare workers. So can you tell us, what you can do to kind of boost their morale? Because a lot of people
that's what's been frustrating for us, because this is something we do every day. We work with the child care facilities, and we know that, they don't get the recognition just on in a regular time. Mm-hmm. But now it's even more important. And I think if anything good has come out of all this situation that we're in, is people are realizing that folks can't work without childcare. And now it's even more important to have that because of, having to keep children safe. And, a lot of these kids are being cared for. They're from essential workers or in the medical field. And so those children are probably being exposed. Now you're putting them in a child care facility with other children. And so it's scary for providers, but they do it. I don't think most of them do it for the money by any means. They do it because it's a passion and it's something that they really enjoy. And, we recognize it. And most of the folks that work here do what we do because it's just something we believe in. We believe in learning starts very young, and you have to build those strong foundations. So what we've been trying to do is keep morale of our child care community. Salvation Army has been awesome to work with. They have coordinated meals. Last week, we went out and delivered 300 meals to the providers in our county. And we're doing that again tomorrow. Andy's graciously cooked for, not Andy's, Highway 55. It'll always be Andy's to me, but Highway 55 cooked for us last week. Tomorrow, PT's Grill and the Vale House will be providing meals, and we'll go out once again and deliver those things. We're taking the face mask out tomorrow. We've had signs put in child care facilities yards that says heroes work here. We want them recognized because, like I said, without child care, a lot of folks in Wayne County couldn't go to work. And so just trying to keep their morale, and keep them knowing what they do is important and that it does matter and it is making a difference.
So what do you tell people who aren't necessarily in Wayne County, but they want to help the child care workers? What can they do?
We're taking donations. Any funds that we're getting in through the partnership, if somebody wants to write a check or just go online to our partnership page, they can designate it for the child care facilities. They can drop cleaning supplies off or any type of donation to the front. We have a drop box. We'll be happy to make sure it gets out to the facilities. United Way, we graciously got a grant from United Way, was notified yesterday of $2,000 that will be going out and purchasing cleaning supplies and things like, we don't think about laundry detergent, but they have to wash sheets on a regular basis. They need hand soap, they need paper towels. Of course, at some point they're going to probably need toilet paper that we're going to have to search for that too. Yeah. But, baby wipes. We're also looking at, if there's families that we work with and they have a need, we want to make sure that we're trying to help those families that may be in a bind right now too. So, we are a drop point. Great Harvest Bread has been wonderful. She's made lunches every week for the last several weeks for our child care facilities. We'll pick one or two facilities each week and try to get them some lunches for the children. And so she put out a drop box at her facility. So if you take cleaning supplies to her, she'll give you a cookie. And she's got great cookies.
Yeah, she does.
Great bread, great cookies. So we've been trying to partner with different agencies to make some things happen for the child care community.
Now, how has this shifted how the partnership works now?
Yeah, it's been a big shift for the partnership. A lot of what we're doing has become virtual. So just go ahead and sign it. Sorry, I'm still at work, so sorry. But a lot of what we've done has had to be done virtual. All our meetings are online now. Our home visiting, we've had to coordinate with families, and a lot of families that we worked with don't have technology. And so we're trying to figure out how to meet families' needs. We're not letting people in our buildings, so people have to mail things into us, or we have to meet them or leave it outside our door. But we've been making do. We've still been here. We've been working. Some folks have been working remotely from home. Some have been here, but we're still getting emails and phone calls, and we're still available to meet the needs of the community. We're still promoting our Dolly Partons Imagination Library. So families, we know they're spending more time together, and that if they need books, we want to make sure children are being registered for that. And getting those free books in. And so we're trying to still meet the needs of that 0 to 5 population.
Tell us a little bit about Dolly Partons Imagination Library.
Oh, that's a great program. Of course, I love books anyway, but Dolly Partons Imagination Library is offered throughout the state of North Carolina, but any child between the ages of 0 to 5 can get a book every month, free, no charge, mailed directly to their house, and it will have their name on it. And so if a child is born, and starts getting those books, by the time they enter kindergarten, they'll have 60, I think it's 60, but 60 free books that they'll get. Wow. And everything. And these are high quality books, and everything. So it's a great program. The books are awesome. Doesn't cost a thing. And so we want that message to still get out, that we're still providing books to children.
And how did they sign up for that?
They can either call our office at 919-735-3371, and we can get them registered. You can go to Dolly Partons Imagination Library online and register yourself. Or, that's probably the easiest thing to do, is either call us or just go online and everything. So that would be great.
That's such a cool idea. I know that when my girls were little, they used to get free books whenever they would go to wellness visits at the doctor.
Yeah. And they should. I think Goldsboro Peds is still doing that. They have Reach Out and Read that Goldsboro Peds is doing. So we've partnered with a lot of these different organizations to make sure that children are getting books put in their hand. One of our big projects, and it kind of got put on hold with all the virus stuff going on, is we Goldsboro News Argus donated 12 newspaper boxes that we were refinishing, that we're going to have little libraries throughout the county and everything. And so Dawson's Body Shop is actually repurposing 6 of those for us and everything. So we're going to make them real child friendly. And I've got books stacked in my office that we hopefully will be able to get out in the community pretty soon. But we do still take book donations as well, used books and everything. And if people don't want to bring them here, just call me and I'll go pick them up.
Okay. Book donations. I have a whole bunch, Valerie. I always to bring them to you.
That's all right. That's all right. I know where you are. I know where to find you.
if not at my house at the farm, right?
There you go.
If you were watching on Monday's live with Emily from Odom Farming, this is the Valerie that Emily was just gushing about. So Valerie and I actually worked together at the farm in the fall.
Yeah.
So we got to know each other really well, but we actually have met each other a long time ago and didn't realize we knew each other, right, Valerie?
Yep. Love to sell a pumpkin.
Yep. She does love to sell a pumpkin. And she loves to see the kids that she interacts with come out too.
Yeah.
And interact with them. Super cool. So it's so your fundraising goes. I know you had to cancel the lobster and shrimp, right?
Yep.
So how is
well, it's not completely canceled yet. Unfortunately, we were supposed to host our Lobster and Shrimp Fest in May 15th. Well, of course, with the executive orders and everything, we're not able to do that. So we're talking about, our original thought was push it back to sometime in June. I think what we're going to possibly do is probably push it back to mid-September. That's probably going to be safest. I don't want to keep putting it out there and then it keep getting canceled. So right now we're looking at mid-September to do our Lobster and Shrimp Fest. We also do Touch a Truck, which is our huge event out at the fairgrounds with all the different trucks and everything. That more than likely is going to be canceled this year. I just don't know if we're going to be able to host anything where there would be large crowds. And that is usually in August. So that we'll probably just put off for another year. But I think we're going to be able to do our Lobster and Shrimp, which gives us funds to do different things that, such as buying books and different things that are other funding we're not able to use. And so stay tuned for more information. Probably by the 1st of June, we'll make some decisions about lobster and shrimp. But I've had a lot of people ask about it and really don't want us to cancel. So, we've talked to our distributor up in Maine with our lobster, and he said September would be a good time to get the lobster and everything. So we're still just trying to coordinate a bunch of efforts with that. So we'll see what happens.
I know Emily and I were talking about that the other day because she said she hopes not because those shrimp were so good, she said.
They are. I don't eat seafood, but everybody tells me they're really good. And that's something that everybody looks forward to. So we don't want to cancel it if we don't have to, but we also have to make sure that, that we abide by executive orders and state mandates and things like that.
Now, I know also the partnership does child seat checks. Are you still doing that right now during this time, or
doing what?
The car seat checks.
No, unfortunately, just to keep my staff safe, we're not able to do the car seats and everything. That's been something that we hated to not be able to do. We have talked to people about, when we'll be able to start that back up, but it's because we have to get in various cars and things like that. And it's just, I have to look out for the staff that do that as well. So, it's not something we like to do because we want children to be safe and ride safely in vehicles, but it's not feasible to do at this point. So hopefully children are staying home for the main, the majority of their time.
Sure. But, I just wanted to make sure because I know you guys do such great jobs in the
we do a lot of car seats, but right now we're not able to do that.
Is there anything else that you would care to share?
I think we've covered the majority of what we do, but we are still here. So I do want people to know that any need that they have regarding young children, call us. If we don't have the answers, we can figure it out. North Carolina Pre-K, which is our 4-year-old program, we are still taking applications, and there are ways that parents can do that. They can go online and fill out the application. They can mail it to us. If they come up here, we're not going to turn people away. We don't want a lot of people in our building. We're going to wait and see what the governor says about opening next week. And if, we may do it by appointment if we are able to open again. We'll just have to be very careful about how we take applications. But I mean, we got a little bit of time before we do selection of children. We typically don't do that until July anyway. So there's time for parents, to get those applications in. But we're still here. People can call us and we'll try to figure out whatever their need is.
Okay. Share with our viewers where they can find you on Facebook and if you have an Instagram as well.
Yeah. And I don't know our Instagram. I'm a person that does that, so I don't have a clue what our Instagram thing is, but we're Partnership for Children of Wayne County /Smart Start. And that's where we post mainly. Our Facebook is probably the best place to stay in tune with us, but we do have a web page, which is pfcw.org. And I know we've got an Instagram page, but I'm not into Instagram, so I think it's PFC Wayne is our Instagram page. So
what, did you just look it up?
Yeah. I looked at it on my phone. So I think we have Twitter too, but I don't tweet, so I don't know. I do good just to answer and respond to emails. So, and Facebook, I can do Facebook, but so. And you're lucky because I don't like to Facebook Live. I don't like to do these things, but because I like you, Melissa.
Oh, thank you. Well, I figured we needed to get out there because child care workers are needing, the facilities are needing things, and also child care workers are needing the recognition.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And this is perfect. And this is what we want to be doing. So.
Well, thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you. It's good chatting with you.
Good chatting with you too.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys. See you guys in the next live. Bye.